What's next for the Fry and Leland relationship?
It does go a little further, but I can't tell you. But you know what I heard is they're going to show an episode from one of the new shows tonight sometime.
Cool.
I know it's more than a rumor, right? Hello?
You're the one who brought the tip.
You told me at the party last night it was happening, so I only know what you told me.
Well, I started the rumor?
Yeah, you started it.
Well, it's a good rumor.
Apparently there's a rumor that David X. Cohen brought some limited footage.
Yes.
It's just like hot off the presses, the digital presses.
Yes, David Cohen, the producer and the greatest writer I ever met, is here. You know, he's over there at the booth on and off, but he's brilliant. And I don't know how these guys do it, but a lot of the comedy writers on Futurama were science and math majors from Harvard University. And they just wound up writing comedy. I mean, I think that's the greatest thing in the world.
One of my favorite episodes was the one with Fry's dog Seymour.
Oh, I know. When I watch that episode, I get like Glenn Beck. I'm sorry, I just love my country. I love my country. And the Nazis, Obama. He's got an onion in his pocket, you know. No, it's hard to watch that. But the greatest thing about it is that it shows that a cartoon can evoke those kind of powerful feelings still, and that it's not just junk or postmodernism. A good story is a good story, and if you want to, you can tell a great story that will reach in and make you feel something.
Did Leela always like Fry?
Yeah, I would say so. You know what it's like? It's like when you're in school, and there's always this girl that walks by you and goes, you know, when you're walking by, that's the girl that likes you.
How come she waited so long?
She's very patient, I guess.
We wouldn't have a show.
What?
Well, we wouldn't have a show.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have conflict or you wouldn't have a show. Thank you very much.
Are you ever going to bring back Seymour?
You know, I was thinking about that today because I have a picture of Fry feeding Seymour some pizza. And I wondered, I don't know if this is possible, but what if Seymour was a robot? You know? I mean, that's kind of the only way I think he could appear again.
Wouldn't they just do that thing that they were going to do with the episode that they decided against it?
Yeah, it's all touchy, but that episode to me was perfect because I felt like I wanted to cry, for real. Yeah, even though I did it, but I had that, what do you call it, compartmentalization when I watch the show. To me, it's like, okay, I didn't do it, so I want to just enjoy it the way everybody else does. Thank you.
Mr. West, you've had many voices, but have you ever kept track of exactly how many characters or cameos you've done over the years?
No, I don't know. Do I want to know? I never wanted to know how the human voice worked. It just worked. You know, if I started to analyze it, it's like bringing too much science to it, and I wanted to believe it was like there was some magic involved, even though I know there's not. But you know what I mean? It's like I don't keep track of stuff like that. If I looked at a list one day, and it ran on for miles, but I noticed that it was incomplete. So that's all I have to say about it.
Thank you, sir.
Sure thing.
First off, I want to say thank you for doing my favorite show of all time, during Simply Back when it was clean and sober. That's where I had a joke.
Thank you.
But I remember you're just really concerned how you came up with Zach Brannigan, the voice of him. I know somebody else was supposed to do him first. How did that come about again? Did Zach Brannigan got the idea for him?
Well, Phil Hartman was going to do Zach Brannigan, and then he was gone. They kept the character out of Futurama because they didn't know what to do with it. And I knew Phil Hartman. You know, he called me up when I lived in New York, and he said, I just wanted to call you and tell you that I was a fan. And I said, well, I kind of know who you are too, you know. And we talked about old radio announcers, how much we love those old big dumb announcers from the old days. And the guys who loved far and away above everything else in the universe the sound of their own voice. And you know, had to carry their balls in a wheelbarrow. That's right. You know, it's like everything was big and grandiose and unimportant. So when I did the character, I was trying not to think of Phil Hartman, even though he was supposed to do it. But I worked in radio for years, and the voice that I wound up doing was like an amalgam of all these big dumb announcers that I worked with in radio. And there was one guy, and he would never end his words. He would just keep them going like, well, let me look at the old clock here, on the wall there. You know, because he wouldn't give birth to those words because they're so damn precious. So there was a guy, and I was sort of making fun of him with that. Thank you very much. My pleasure. You know what I should have done, Ren and Stimpy? Hey, Ren, will you button me? Will you shut up, you fool? Else I shall kill you. Did I scare you away? No, you're not scared of nothing, I can tell.
I met you at the Broward Anime Festival, and
Yes?
last time I got away with asking stuff, so I want to see if I can do it again. Oh, can I have a hug?
You want a hug? You want me to come down there? What are you going to do if I don't let you go? I got a room here. They gave me a room. 17. When I was your age, I was 18. Did you have a question? Did you want to ask something? No, you just came up to embarrass me. No, you're wonderful. You're wonderful. Thank you.
And we don't repeat questions, so that's the only hug we
No,
get.
and we can have all the fun we want, so don't just, you know, sit there like...
She wants you to come back next year.
Sorry?
She wants you to come back next year when she's 18.
I'm too old for that stuff. I can still fog up a few windshields, though. I just hope I go quietly in my sleep. You know what? That's no joke, though. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm almost 60 years old, so... You know, that's the reason why I got. You know, I'll probably have a heart attack and die. Pumping.
We should all be so happy.
How you doing?
Good, good. Listen, about your work with Ren and Stimpy.
Yes?
I know that not that long ago you got together, I believe, with John Carfucci, and you did the adult Ren and Stimpy.
I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with
You had
that.
nothing to do with it.
I wouldn't do it. Because I knew what they were going to do. They were trying to invent a new form of comedy. It's like a comedy show without the laughs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it didn't work too well.
Who did they get to do that then? Did he do it himself?
He did Ren, and there was another guy that did Stimpy, but I watched a clip of it and I said, that sounds kind of anemic to me.
Right.
But, you know, it's like, they did it, it's none of my business, I don't care.
Has John Carfucci or anybody from the Ren and Stimpy team ever tried to contact you to bring back the show the old way, the way that it was?
No. No, I think they might have sent it to the dumpster in back of Nickelodeon. You know, I mean, what they did was just like they killed it.
You think that the adult ones doomed any chance of resuscitating the show?
All the cell artwork that I had from Ren and Stimpy used to be worth money until that show came on the air.